Is that a volcanic water slide? Good morning from Egmont National Park here on the North Island of New Zealand. Behind me, shrouded in these mysterious clouds, is the dormant volcano Taranaki, one of the most symmetrical mountains in the entire world. And today we are going to be doing some exploring around this beautiful national park with this volcano as its centerpiece. Every once in a while you catch a glimpse of the top of the volcano, but it's known to be shrouded in clouds a lot of the time because it is near the coast here, just outside of New Plymouth on the southwest coast of the North Island. And the weather changes pretty abruptly with these sea currents of the Tasman Sea, and then you get the sharp contrast of the mountains, the volcanic mountains in the background. Just a further east of here is the Tongariro, the Ruapehu volcanic complex, so this whole area is known for these giant volcanic structures. They do have several longer hikes you can do here. You can do around the mountain track, you can summit Taranaki, although right now the round the mountain track is closed due to some flooding a few months ago. Took out one of the huts right along a gorge here. There was a fire that took out another hut, and right now, because the summit is still covered in plenty of snow and ice and cloud, you'd need ice axe and crampons to summit it. So it is a real undertaking. I think it's only about 7 or 8 hours to get to the top. So today we're just going to do some relatively easy hikes around this area, Dawson Falls, and there's another area called Wilkies Pool. They're doing a lot of construction here, redoing lodges. Obviously, hopefully they start redoing those huts that have been damaged. And surprisingly, on a Saturday in December, which is summer here in New Zealand, we are the only people here. Not sure if we're going to get too many good views of the volcano, but let's go check out these other little hikes. About 1.5 hour loop hikes you can do right near, and hopefully the clouds clear up and we catch a glimpse of the god Taranaki, or the ancestor. The Maoris viewed it as both an ancestor and a god, and there is a story which I do not recall all of relating to Tongariro, which is the brother of Taranaki, and they had some kind of fight over one's wife, and then so Taranaki was kind of banished this direction or something like that. Let me know in the comments if you know the story. I don't remember the entire mythology, but I know the volcanoes were brothers, and there was an argument over a woman, as is often the case between volcanic brothers. You know, they tend to fight over women. So we've had our eye on the weather in Taranaki for like over a week now, and we've just been kind of basing our travels off of hopefully timing it for good weather, and every day we look at it, it says it's going to rain all day. So it's supposed to rain all day today, off and on. So far, not so bad, but pretty cloudy. So there's several reasons why we decided not to summit it. The main one is the lack of visibility and the potential for bad weather. So we figured if we got to the top and it was cloudy and we couldn't see anything anyway, probably not worth it. And we're kind of running on a small window now. We got a ferry to the South Island on the 13th, so we only have a couple days left on the North Island here. So we're trying to cram in some places we haven't been, and surprisingly there are a few places we haven't been in New Zealand yet. One of the big ones being right here at Taranaki, we have not seen yet. So despite having gone to several places multiple times over the few years we've been here, still have not yet been here. Now we're here. Drove through New Plymouth yesterday. It was a beautiful town, and yeah, excited to check out this area. It's much different than I expected, actually. Much more vegetation. I was expecting to be more of a desolate, kind of like Tongariro area, kind of how it has that Rangipo desert feel to it, but not so much here. A good thing about this car park, the Dawson Falls area car park, is if you're self-contained, you can camp in the parking lot. And they do have bathrooms here that were open all night, but you do have to be self-contained according to the rules. However, they do have a lodge here. Actually, I think this is a lodge right here. So the lodge is $25 a night per person for an adult. And if you don't have self-contained, take advantage of that. So one section of this is called the Goblin Forest. I'm not exactly sure which part that is, but just wanted to point out we're walking by some fuchsia trees. I often mispronounce that as fuchsia because it looks like fuchsia, but fuchsia. And those are interesting for several reasons, but the blooms in particular are fascinating because they have blue pollen. You'll often hear people say blue is a color that rarely occurs in nature, which I find peculiar, because here in New Zealand, not only do we have blue pollen on these blossoms, we also have blue mushrooms, blue penguins, the blue duck. So I guess if you want to look for blue in nature, New Zealand is a good place to do that. So as we're walking through the forest, you might notice a sound that's more than a little similar to R2-D2 from Star Wars. So that's not R2-D2 up in the trees, that is the tui, a bird that, to me at least, sounds remarkably similar to R2-D2. It has very mechanical, robot-like sounds. Pretty cool. So 18-meter Dawson Falls is really bumping today after all the recent rain that they've had in the area. Trail is a little bit muddy, but not too bad actually. As we make our way through the Goblin Forest here to Wilkies Pool, the rain is starting to pick up a little bit. It's getting windier, colder, still absolutely beautiful. So here we have it, Wilkies Pools. These beautiful pools have been carved into this 20,000-year-old lava flow. Thousands of years of sand and gravel have eroded these stunning pools into this ancient lava flow. And if you look at that one right there, and you're a frequent viewer of this channel, you might be thinking what I'm thinking. Is that a volcanic water slide? A volcanic water slide. It's not the best day for it. I haven't checked the water temp. Heck, I haven't even depth checked it yet. But something tells me I'm gonna have to slide this right here. cold is it?
Infamous.